something like Ilios. But it looks like the teams are coming out. Looks like Infius is going your standard new goats.
I like that.
The
This is the first time we're gonna see Sigma on the side of a Discord tier in a featured match, because last week we had our Harmony tier. So I'm really excited to see how Sigma can get implemented. Not sure. Looks like Light Rose has him picked right now. Maybe a here on this map for us. That'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, I haven't really got to run Sigma much on this map yet.
It looks like we're going to new goats, but we're going to Ryan Zarya new goats on the side of Infius Gaming. Looks like Light Rose is running the Sigma. That's always nice to see. And Kara is on the Diva. First to the point with Lucio is going to be Infius making their way with that speed boost.
Exactly. That speed boost is really helpful there. Now we see Sugar Rush setting up here, and we see this kind of their DPS taking the high ground here, trying to get some poke damage, really forcing Infius Gaming back here on the side. And they bait out the Maywall early, and Guac right in with the uppercut, taking out two. Lays next to follow there on the Lucio, and already Sugar Rush turning this fight and taking the point right off the bat.
Wow, two people with the same uppercut. That is huge, especially to start the beginning of a fight, and the late stagger on Trumu means that Infius is going to have to regroup here at spawn, and it looks like Sugar Rush is going to go ahead and push up.
Yeah, really great job from Guac there. I think Lays should get a lot of credit there as well. His spam damage on that fire is what I think gave Guac the ability to go in there and just take him out with one hit. But now we see some comp change on the side of Infius, going over to the ball and the Diva now, maybe switching off that Ryan Zarya, seeing they need to be a bit more mobile here against the side of Sugar Rush.
Yeah, it looks like Trumo went ahead and tried to knock them off the high ground. It wasn't terribly successful, as the Doomfist was able to jump right back up there.
No, not too effective yet, but still trying to test out where the team is. But now Sugar Rush has ultimates online here, with the Barrage coming up and now with the Moira ultimate. So maybe being able to use his ultimate here, get a lot of percentage early on in this fight before Infius Gaming should be able to get any kind of ultimates up. But that's sure gonna hurt. Oh my god, I will deliver going down early here, but they have to throw out the Moira just to try to self-sustain, but he's taking out two now! Those ultimates sure aren't helpful when you're dead.
Yeah, Sidereal's on the wrong side of the map to heal his team, but somehow managed to make a difference. Looks like Doomfist coming in. Oh, Sigma.
Yeah, Light Rose throwing out the Graviton Flux there. But it looks like Infius Gaming should be able to hold on here. Kind of cleaning up Sugar Rush now. Light Rose going in, and I will deliver, trying to get the res off. Not going to happen, but still, 70% here. And a lot of ults will be up for Sugar Rush. That's pretty good for them, at least.
Yeah, I will deliver getting that res. It's a good thing she got killed there, because if you survive and you get that res, you're just feeding ultimate charge to the enemy team. Yeah. I think it's best just to not res there and die.
Exactly. But we do see now 4 ultimates coming up. Noisy Caribou about to get the bomb here. But just besides that, we do have some ults here on the side of Infius Gaming as well. This should be a pretty big all here. Opening right away with Lays, getting one, but Lays also going down right. They do have the res to resurrect back up, but they're guarding the spawning pretty well with the Diva. And Infius Gaming picking off now the Moira on the side of Sugar Rush.
Yeah, it looks like our producer has frozen for right now, so we're trying to get the game going back up again. I'm working on getting them back on, but we're going to try to describe what's going on here as soon as we can.
A lot of ultimates describing to the audience here coming out on each side. We have Diva Bombs being thrown out. We have Valks being thrown. Just a pretty crazy fight happening for the time being. We do see the mines coming out on the side of Truma, trying to pin off the team here of Sugar Rush. But really not much ground being gained either way. Not many kills. But Council Boy getting the kill on Guac. And it looks like Infius Gaming might be able to sweep up here with 2 kills now on the 4v6.
Yeah, and popping the Tactical Visor. Lays is still on the Pharah despite Infius coming out with the Soldier 76 and the Tracer for hit scan.
Mm-hmm. And still, looks like Infius Gaming, in the end, is going to be able to pull through with that. And wow, 3 ultimates coming up for them here, pushing up to 75% now. We do have to see some changes coming here on the side of Sugar Rush, but they do have another Graviton Flux and the Seismic Slam there from Doomfist. Pulling out the Brig here as well. You think you'd normally see a Lucio to speed the team to point, but I guess still have enough time still here to touch.
Yeah, I think Deliver's going for the Brig for the sustain. They're trying to build that new Goats meta here.
Yeah, a lot of dive heroes on the side of Infius for that Brig to stun. So now we see Sugar Rush here pushing back onto point and getting an early pick on the Lays. That's really big there for Infius Gaming, but they do lose Necro really early. We now see the Graviton Flux coming out here. And now the Transcendence coming out on the side of Infius Gaming, trying to just sustain through that Graviton Flux there, which they were able to. And Sugar Rush looks like they're turning around here, killing the Soldier 76 and now the Tracer. And
Guac.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, Guac used that Doomfist ultimate to get to the point just a little bit faster. I'm surprised that Console Boy actually fell out of mech because there was a Transcendence happening, but they were able to get just enough burst damage to get him out of mech. So
Yeah, they did a very good job there. And now Infius Gaming look like in a really good spot here. 3 ultimates online with the Nano Boost, the Pulse Bomb, and with the mines here. Those mines will be really great here when this comes into a little brawly fight here at the end. And no ults really on the side of Sugar Rush. Maybe be able to get a Transcendence up, but that would be about it.
yeah, their best bet here is to get an early pick and prevent them from coming in. But there goes those mines you were talking about.
And I think we saw the Nano Boost coming out as well. And we see just trades going on each side here. Still a 5v5. But Sugar Rush picking off the Zenyatta now. That's sure helpful. But again, more picks coming through. A 4v4 going on. This really could be anybody's game. We see Light Rose is pinned off on the side, but we do see heals coming through onto him. And I don't know. This really could go either way. But Lays decides he's going to take the game into his own hands and pick off 2. And now they're coming back onto the point. The Diva Bomb zoning off the team here a little bit on the side of Infius Gaming. And the Pulse Bomb, though, is able to demech and take out the Hammond. Goodness. This
fight is going back and forth. Lots of fast heroes here. We got Soldier, we got Tracer, we got Doomfist. You got everybody moving at lightning speed with the Lucio on the point.
It is, but it looks like Infius is starting to stabilize here. Most of their team back here on point, and Sugar Rush is having to come in and keep contesting, but Soli is picking him off every single way here with the Doomfist. And I think they're going to be able to hold it through, and they are, ending it 100-99 on our first map.
Yeah, that's how you know this is going to be a good game. When you see that 199, you hate to lose those, but at the same time, it's just so much fun to play. Those fast heroes, they just have such low HP that Soli coming out on that Doomfist was actually a really big pick because he can pick them one shot if he can land every single punch.
Yeah, definitely. It was really great to see a lot of those pick heroes coming in. It really just 1 or 2 early picks either side could have been an entirely different outcome there at the end. But Infius doing a really good job. I think both teams really showed off their strength, especially with a lot of these dive heroes. Saw a lot of Doomfist play. But it looks like we're going back to the Rein Zarya here on the side of Infius Gaming now, pulling out the Mei as well. Then it looks like we're going with more of that dive comp still here on the side of Sugar Rush.
Yep, looks like they're going back to the dive. Looks like Infius is coming out with your standard new goats with Rein Zarya. They should be running the Orisa Hog here, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, they might be switching here after they see that they're still on the side of Dime here. And the Doomfist going in, not able to get a pick right away, but Lays follows up perfectly on the damage from the Doomfist and takes out the Moira. But the Mei gets a really good headshot there on the Lays. And it looks like Infius Gaming's kind of pushing back into the room here and giving up a little bit of space here to Sugar Rush.
Yeah, with that wall, that means they're not going to get back on the point. This might be Infius' point.
Yeah, it looks like it taking out Light Rose there very early really hurts the side of Sugar Rush, so a very good job from Infius Gaming. And yeah, it looks like Infius Gaming is going to pick up here. That Mei wall really ended up saving him there at the end of that fight.
Yeah, the Mei is their great pick against the anti-goats here, running by Sugar Rush. So Sugar Rush needs to make some switches. We're just going to see what happens. Guac is at 92% to an ultimate, so I don't think we're going to see her switch off anytime soon, but Kara did switch to that Zarya to prevent the freeze.
Yeah, we see Light Res over to the Reinhardt as well. We've seen Rein Zarya back into Rein Zarya, which is a pretty good pick here. Zarya, of course, being still very strong on this patch. You definitely have to keep that in consideration. And Sugar Rush opening with a Transcendence here early on. Transcendence coming out both ways, actually. We do see the Reaper ultimate coming through and end up picking up 2! Great job there from Infius Gaming. They're going to just push right in now. 3 kills from Sorcery and just stopping that fight basically almost before it starts. Sugar Rush didn't even get to go through the choke point there. And taking out Lays just for good measure at the end.
Oh, yeah. Sorcery definitely managed to make that happen. I'm very surprised. We do see Sidereal go over to the Mercy and Lays onto the Pharah, so we're going to see a nice old-fashioned pharmacy happening right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Guac's still holding onto that Doomfist ultimate. It's going to be tough to use.
Yeah, it'd be a little tough to use. Maybe just a little bit sustained for her to use after one of the fights. But we do see the Graviton Surge coming out for Console Boy early on. They end up getting Light Rose in the wall, blocks off the healing there on the side as well, and they're able to clean up early again. And again, Sugar Rush not being able to get through the choke point. Infius Gaming's doing a really great job staggering their ultimates.
Yeah, definitely winning the ultimate economy role battle here. But I like that Infius is making a name for themselves. Somebody's going to start talking about Infius pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
If only I could talk to those podcast guys and get them to talk about Infius a little bit more.
Well, as I said, Sugar Rush takes another way to point here and forces them back onto point. A really good job by them, switching up kind of that advantage that they end up having. And a big shatter from Light Rose, but the Blizzard goes down first. That's really going to stop a lot of the follow-up damage there on the side of Light Rose. And an even bigger shatter coming out from Truma now, catching 3. And it looks like Infius Gaming might be able to 100-0 this year. We do see Lays getting really close to the Pharaoh Barrage here. That could be one of their saving graces on the side. But the Reaper going up to high ground and putting a lot of pressure there on the Pharmacy. And I will deliver falling as well. This has really just turned into a stall battle now for Sugar Rush. And Infius Gaming 100-0ing here on second point and winning the first map.
Wow. I mean, that went from being really close to extremely one-sided. I feel like Sugar Rush, on their very last push there, I feel like the 3 that took the back flank around the outside, I feel like they went in a little too soon. I don't think that their Pharmacy was ready for them to go in. So when they went in there, they ended up getting killed, and it left Lays and Sidereal on the point by themselves.
Yeah, it's also hard to start trying some of those strats when Infius started to get in a lot of their ultimates there closer to the end. But regardless of that being a 2 on that map, that was a very close game. Infius definitely having the advantage on map 2 there, but that's really going to show us. This is going to be a very close game for us tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely a close game. I'm looking forward to our next map. Do you happen to remember what our next map is?
This was actually Invictus's bye week, so I do not know this map full off the top of my head very well.
All right. All right, let's take a look here at the map pool. Let me pull it up on my Discord
because pull it up too.
Map rotations. It looks like a Volskaya. No, that's
next week's. Yeah, this should be
Horizon Lunar Colony. Everybody's favorite.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I think it actually bumped up a notch once they put Paris in. I feel like Horizon Lunar Colony is starting to get some love now. They're like, well, at least it's not Paris.
I don't think I'm allowed to legally say this, but I do enjoy Paris. I don't like the heroes that are played on Paris, but I think that's one of the prettiest maps.
Yeah, I do like Paris as well. I was one of the only players on my team that played like a lot of Paris on the PTR. And it was actually pretty frustrating, though, because I felt like I was doing myself a favor, but it was really frustrating when I would say things like, okay, we're going to go left into the bakery. And they're like, where's the bakery?
What the hell's bakery?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, no. Take the high ground on the left. Piano room upstairs. And they're like, where?
What? Yeah. Well, Horizon here. Interesting to see. Probably this double shield meta should be really strong here. Maybe a lot of bunker here on the first point.
Definitely for first point bunker.
Yeah, we saw both teams tried Sigma out at least once here on that first map, so I could definitely am going to be expecting some Sigma play here.
This is also a good opportunity for Guac to bring out the Widowmaker.
Yeah, definitely on this first point here. A lot of wide open spaces.
Yeah, so we get to look forward to seeing that. I think this is Sugar Rush's map to come back and make this a tied game going into the half.
Yeah, definitely. But with that said, Infius Gaming definitely impressed a lot here on that first point. Truma had a lot of great job creating space there on main tank for the team. I was very surprised. I was very happy to see them playing well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, they were a team that kind of got slept on. They were actually doing really, really well, and everybody kept saying, "Well, it was just an easy schedule," or they're falling apart. But they really managed to pull things together. So I'd like to see them put on a good show here today.
Exactly, and it looks like right off the bat we're seeing a bunker here, double shield coming out early here on the side of Sugar Rush with the Ash and the Junkrat, which I quite like. That's one of my favorite bunker combinations. And we do see the double shield with the Orisa and the Sigma. That's going to be a lot of shield to eat through.
Yeah. The Orisa Sigma shield, it's so boring. I really want goats back. I really do.
When you're so bored with double shield, you just want to play Brig again. I feel it. I want to play Diva again all the time. I'm missing playing Diva.
Yeah, I miss Reinhardt. I miss Reinhardt a lot. We still get to play him a little bit, but he's really just not very strong. I realize that Orisa is the better pick, but I'm just so much more comfortable on the Reinhardt. Lay's going Junkrat is actually pretty good for double barrier. It's not quite as good as, say, the Symmetra, but it's pretty good for getting that distance poke, so I like it better on defense when you don't necessarily have to be quite as mobile.
But speaking of liking on defense here, do you see this split kind of setup here? We have on the side of Sugar Rush, we have the Junkrat kind of just using the Sigma barrier over on the right side. They do fall back to point here because the Symmetra pulls them all back to point right away. And a big anti-nade lands here on the side of Infius Gaming, but I don't know if they're going to be able to really capitalize on it. With that being said, Lays puts a couple in, and they get the res off here in the Noisy Caribou, so Sugar Rush is going to push in here, but there's already 2 ticks up. that teleporter really got him to point here quick. With that said, Infius Gaming cleans right up onto Sugar Rush. Only thing left here is the Ash, and a wicked fast attack coming through.
Yeah, with over 6 minutes remaining to hold, Sugar Rush is definitely making some changes here. We got Guac going over to the McCree, and looks like we got I Will Deliver going over to the Lucio for a little bit more sustain.
Yeah, we do have 2 ults though that are going to be up here for Infius with the barrier here for the Symmetra, and then we're going to have the window up as well. Which you got to almost like their chances here. Not really any ults, maybe a tire coming out from Lays early on here, but if Infius Gaming is able to push in here pretty quickly, which looks like they're going to try to set up with the teleporter and go right into point, they easily could get a really fast take here on second point defense.
Yeah, I think Soli's going to come in with that Symmetra wall and just kind of wall off all their damage.
And Infius stepping back and baiting the Junkrat tire through to be taken out by the turrets. That was really the only ultimate that Sugar Rush had there on the side. This really has a good opportunity here for Infius Gaming to push in.
Yeah, it looks like yep, there comes that wall, and it looks like they're going to teleport right onto the point and take all the space they need with the Baptiste window.
Wow, yeah, just split Sugar Rush completely right up. They weren't expecting that teleporter right into the middle of the point. And my goodness, a team kill coming through already. That was an impressive job there by Infius Gaming. Really smart to push right in with that Symmetra and TP to the middle of the point. I don't even know if Sugar Rush can touch. They can't. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Console Boy did a really good job of going up there and body blocking at the spawn with her bubble, just to kind of get that energy charge and keep them back a little bit. So. Yeah,
holy cow. Well, that was wicked quick. 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining after capping 30 points. That is.
Did I say this was Sugar Rush's map to win? Master Curse.
Yeah, yes, but that was really interesting with Sugar Rush, especially that first point. They were really split and how they were holding, and that Symmetra TP going straight to point really ended up hurting them. I think they weren't really prepared for that. It seems like, but you definitely need to be prepared for Symmetra in this meta, especially when you run double shield.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Sugar Rush keeps their heads cool. I mean, when you get taken on Horizon Lunar Colony and you've got 5 minutes remaining in the time bank, you just have to sit back and think about it and just think about what you're going to do and stop dwelling on the past, because you're not going to be able to change it.
Just remember those comp games where it's 7v8 or something after your 7th or 8th time holding defense second point on Horizon, and just remember there's always a chance, even with a minute left on this map.
Oh yeah, I mean this is Horizon Lunar Colony. Anything can happen here, but it looks like Infius is bringing out the Bastion and the Torb. We're gonna go with Turret Town.
Yeah, I'm excited. You don't normally see divas with this anymore. You normally see a lot more of the Sigma just because of that double barrier, but still basically kind of a bunker comp you would have seen, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago. But interesting pick here. We do see a little bit of a dive starting here on the side of Sugar Rush. And we'll see if they maybe pull out to get the Sombra or maybe a Genji here to help cut through this a bit. But we do see Guac there on the Widow, hoping to maybe get an early pick. But that's going to be tough there with that Orisa barrier. Yeah,
definitely. And that Torbjorn turret just poking in a little bit of poke damage, it's going to stop. But looks like they're all just trying to go right underneath, right to point. So we're going to see what happens.
Really great job doing that. Light Rose doing a really low little jump there, trying to bait the team to reset on them. And they do a good job and almost already able to get almost a tick onto point. They bait the Diva to point and get a sleep on her, and now they push right back onto top. A really great job there, isolating the team, and they take out the Hey! Oh, Sugar Rush, an amazing job baiting the Infius Gaming back to the point and then instantly disengaging and coming back around. That was a really great job. And
it looks like they did
Bedlam breaking out now, yeah? But that bunker, even without the Mercy, is still very hard to come back on. Infius Gaming is able to hold early on, but still, that was still a really great take there from Sugar Rush. I liked their play there. If they execute that maybe a little differently next time, I think they might be able to take.
Yeah, Kara is still out of mech, so they're waiting to get their mech back, which should happen any moment now. And the late stagger on to Guac means they have to wait anyway.
So we basically just have a lamp here on the side of Infius Gaming, which definitely is going to be very deadly with the Torbjorn, but they did lose the Bastion and switch over to a Tracer to get back here, so at least that takes a little bit of pressure here off the side of Sugar Rush, and we are getting close to our Primal Rage here. But besides that, and then we might get a Sights here from Guac any second. But Sugar Rush coming right to point already, and they're able to demech right away, but then Guac does go down, but having that Diva out really will help them out here, especially with the side of Blaze. You can really push in pretty aggressively. And with that being said, teleport straight up top and going right in.
That Torbjorn turret is not going to allow Guac to stay Widowmaker, and even though she had wall hacks up, it looks like she did switch over to that McCree because she just wasn't going to be able to help her team.
I do like that pick there, especially the fact that Sorcerer switched over to the Tracer. That should help them out a little bit, you would think. But Light Rose does have an ultimate here. If he's able to, if the Infius Gaming resets onto high ground, he maybe could use it to help push him away a little bit and knock him back down and give his team a pretty big advantage. If Lays can also get up his ultimate, that would be really powerful then comboing that.
Yeah, I Will Deliver does have a sound barrier that he can use to help get everybody in, and Lace is at 80% to a Death Blossom. So I feel like if they can go in and pop their ultimates in just the right order, they can actually make this happen, because the only thing they have is Molten Core. There it is.
And with it coming out, Sully's turret still putting in tons of work and really just hurting the DPS here on the side of Sugar Rush. And yeah, Infamous Gaming holding yet again. Coming down to about a minute here for Sugar Rush. They still have a lot of their ultimates and still building even more. They're going to have about 5 ultimates coming into the next fight. But with that being said, there's still a ton of ultimates here on the side of Infamous Gaming. They won the fight just using the Molten Core.
Yeah, it looks like Torbjorn's going to go ahead and move his turret to somewhere else. Yeah, Torbjorn turret, he gets my vote for MVP. That turret, that's putting in a lot of work right now.
Yeah, yes it is. Well, even with the first take here, Infamous Gaming has done a really great job. They're going to be able to, even if Sugar Rush is able to get the second point here, they're going to have a massive time advantage. And Sorcery takes out Guac really early on. We do see a bomb coming in from Noisy Caribou. It takes out Sorcery and taking out the point here. So now Solely does take out Sidral, though. We do see the sound barrier coming out here on the side of Infamous Gaming, trying to take the sustain with the window. They're trying to win this one early on. But Lays comes behind, takes out 2. And Sugar Rush now hoping to clean up and looking like they're going to be able to.
Yeah, that nano boost Primal Rage, that's what won them that fight. Light Rose was able to push them all outside of the Immortality field.
And then Lays just dropped right back down onto him.
Absolutely.
Well, a very good job there from Sugar Rush, but even with that being said, Infamous Gaming has set this up in their favor. Even if Sugar Rush is able to take a quick take here, they still have a massive time advantage. So Sugar Rush is really going to try to get in here as quick as possible. They don't really have any ultimates, but there's not really any ultimates on the side of Infamous Gaming here either. So this should be a pretty interesting fight. This is probably one of Sugar Rush's best chances here early on.
Yeah, it looks like Infius has made a lot of switches. They've gone over to the Orisa Roadhog. Sorcerer has gone over to the Reaper. And Soli has gone over to the Mei. So they have gone to kind of a new goats, but with an Ana and a Baptiste.
Yeah, that Mei wall already stopping that fight basically before it started, walling off both of the tanks there, and Sugar Rush basically had to push in to try to save their tanks as much as they could. But Console Boy, though, staggering Guac there late. That's when you're Sugar Rush and you're really worried about time bank here, that's definitely going to end up hurting.
Oh, definitely. But, I mean, we see Sugar Rush at about 50% on all their new ultimates. Light Rose is going ahead and going to switch over to the Sigma so that he can contest a high ground with a shield. So we're going to see how that's going to work out. But it looks like Infius is already way ahead in the ultimate race right now.
Yeah, definitely, and it's really hard here for Sugar Rush. They're watching that clock tick down and see that 4 minutes almost 5 minutes there on the other side. So they really just need to settle down here. I think they can definitely take the point here. There's still not really any ultimates left. It's still a good time here for them. Window's about the only thing Infamous is going to have. But a big hook right away for Console Boy with the halt hook taken out. I Will Deliver early on. And that's definitely going to hurt Sugar Rush. Tough to push in there without your Lucio. But with that being said, Light Rose is able to take out Sorcerer early on. But then they do trade the Reapers there. And another halt hook coming in. Looks like Light Rose is going to die. And another wall blocking off Guac here. And Infamous Gaming able to hold again with about a minute left here on the clock here for Sugar Rush to take second point.
Yeah, Trumu and Console Boy, with those halt hook combos, they have been on point, especially here on point B on Horizon Lunar Colony. This is kind of the first time we're seeing this Orisa Hog coming out of these teams, and I'm liking it so far. The halt hooks seem to be right on time, and they've almost got all their ultimates on the side of Infius Gaming. So it's gonna take a miracle here for Sugar Rush to make this happen.
You know, we've been saying double shield so much because of all of our comp games, but we still forget how powerful it is to have that halt hook combo. And Demon throwing out the Immortality, able to protect his team there from the self-destruct. And 2 picks already out here for the side of Infamous Gaming. They're going to be able to hold yet again. And Sugar Rush needs to die quick here to have one more try. And so many ults. I mean, 3 ults here left on the side.
Oh, and the body block on Kara. Oh, that you hate to see this, chat. She's emoting, and they're just looking at her. And
as tank players, as tank players, you and I both know how terrible that is. Oh, yeah, the worst feeling.
Oh, that's
With,
the worst. Looks
uh,
like Sorcerer's gone up to the really, really high ground, gonna drop down and Death Blossom on somebody.
yeah, we do have a high noon from Glock, and we're throwing out an early ultimate on delays. Maybe we're gonna try a spin to win here. Doesn't end up getting much, but yeah, Infamous Gaming already really to hold. Sugar Rush having to throw out their ultimates as quick as they can here.
Yeah,
But
they're doing their best, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
no, there's just too many ults on the side of Infamous Gaming. Light Rose was able to pick off Truma there and get Necreal, but I don't think that's enough. And Infamous Gaming just cleaning up here with the whole hog and the wall to block it off, and they are going to be able to win second map here on Horizon and go up 2-0 in the series.
Wow. I mean, this was not as close as I thought it was going to be. I really thought that we were gonna see a little bit something out of Sugar Rush, but Sugar Rush has got a good 10-minute break coming up to kind of get their comps in order and figure out what they're going to do to clap back here. So I'm looking forward to seeing them at 5.
I am as well. I mean, even though the second map was definitely more one-sided in Infamous Gaming, that first map really did show us that Sugar Rush is here to play, and I'm sure they're gonna bounce back here on this third and fourth map.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is Horizon Lunar Colony. We see this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's either very one-sided or it goes into an 8-8. So up next after the break, we're going to have Blizzard World and then Dorado. And if we're lucky, we're going to get to see some Ilios.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Ilios are your favorite. Awesome.
Ilios
all
is
right.
my favorite.
Okay. All right. So hopefully we get to see it. So I think we are into halftime right now. So we're going to go ahead and watch the halftime show starring NPC and stories from Alt F4. So we're going to go ahead and play that now. We'll see you when we get back in 10 minutes. Feature Match Halftime Show, presented by the Iris Podcast. Each week, one of your podcast analysts will chat with a member of the community and break down Wednesday's games. I'm NPC, covering the Harmony tier games, and here with us this week is O Stories from Alt F4, covering Discord tier. I'm going to start us off in the week of 4 O's. In the Harmony tier, everybody got a 4-0 this week. Minty Hippos defeating Pacified Pythons 4-0. Pythons have had a very rough time getting organized, and it doesn't look like they're going to find their footing anytime soon. I mean, they're trying to get new people in there. Hopefully, they'll stick around this time, and that team will start to take off. But Minty Hippos, on the other hand, they've been turning into a sleeper powerhouse. They got off to a slow start with a tough schedule, but it looks like they're holding their own right now. We're going to see how well Hippos hold out against the Pandas next week.
Okay. And so I had One Last Ride versus Instalock. This was always a fun thing to watch. I have been on teams with Silent Monkey from Instalock, and I love that guy. He's fantastic. So is Sacred Wallers. Everybody loves Specs. And easy peasy. They did get 3-1 this time around. One Last Ride is a really, really good team in the community. And I'm really excited to see them going forward. Their talent is insane on that roster. It is unfortunate that Silent did have to go to Instalock because Specs is pretty heavy to carry, so he needed some big talent on that team.
Yeah, definitely. Maelstrom got a 4-0 against Spare Change. The storm just keeps on raging this week, but it looks like the only storm we have to worry about next week is Dorian. So Maelstrom gets a bye week before they have to come back. But Abe is still searching the ashtrays and couch cushions for spare change, but so far all he's found is Dorito crumbs and dust bunnies. Honestly, I think spare change is almost there. They probably need another week or so before they have enough change to get their first win of the season. Hold on a second, Stories. Hold on.
No worries.
Hello? Oh, hey, Jeff. I'm just recording the halftime show. What's up? Working on Hero 32? Nice. It's a tribute to me. Oh, Jeff, I don't know what to say. I remember that time I saved your life, okay? But you don't have to... All right, just make sure he has lots of hair or something, okay? All right, look. Yeah, me? Oh, I've been an admin for a community tournament called Tranquility. You've been watching us. Oh, what do you think so far? Oh, well, we try to put on a good show. I mean, who's your favorite team? Oh, that's a bold choice. Oh, you want to buy a shirt with their logo on it? Oh, sure thing. Just head on over to shop.spreadshirt.com/OWTranquility. Use the promo code anything20 to get 20% off September 4th and 5th. You found that shirt already, huh? The one with my head on it? Yeah. You're going to get how many? for the whole department, Jeff. I don't know what to say, man. All right, look, I got to get back to this halftime show. I'm going to see you in Dallas, right? At the Overwatch League Season 3 opening weekend? All right. I'll see you then. Okay.
That's some big stuff there. Did I hear 20% off? That's some big stuff.
That is. I'm not sure if the coupon applies to one item or your entire cart. Because if it's your entire cart, I'm buying 5 shirts for the price of 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Jeez.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So what's our next match? Renovadio and Prodigious.
Yeah, Renovadio and Prodigious. So this was really fun for me to review because I've faced both of these teams. They're both really like strong teams, really good, big names. Kaizen, for example, he's an amazing DPS. I really enjoyed playing against him, and geez, it is unfortunate. Well, fortunate and unfortunate that oh geez. I am stumbling over my words. It is fortunate that we did get to a map 5, but it did go to renovation.
Yeah. Map 5s are always really fun. It shows that the games were close. I like seeing map 5.
Yeah.
Vitamin C got a 4-0 over Karma. No map 5s in Harmony tier this week. Karma just got an overdose of Vitamin C this week. Really brutal 4-0. Vitamin C came out swinging with some amazing gameplay and what looked like well-practiced rollouts and strategies. It looked like they'd kind of rehearsed their movements and their positioning and stuff. So Karma took one on the chin this week, but it looks like they're going to shake it off and prepare to come back even stronger against the Pythons in next week's Sunday night feature match.
No, that looks like a good one. I'm excited. So next I have Otaku versus Harmony and Chaos. Otaku did end up taking this 3-1, but Otaku from last season, it's a whole new roster. They don't have any of well, not any, but they do have some of their players from last season. Mainly their support line. Their whole team built out from that support line, and normally that's pretty difficult to do, but they've made it work. And if anything, it looks like a stronger team this season. I'm really looking forward to facing them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Otaku, they just went through a full rebuild. So, I mean, we had no idea what to expect. And Harmony and Chaos didn't either. They really had no idea what was coming. So that was an interesting match to watch. Illusion got a 4-0 over the Fighting Potatoes. Illusion pulled a rabbit out of the hat again this week. Potatoes were missing their primary DPS Gamstry. After showing up pretty strong against Maelstrom, Jetpack Cats, and Boop, I'm honestly surprised the Potatoes didn't do better. Illusion is a pretty tough team, but it may have just been an off night for the Potatoes. Potatoes are looking to come back next week against the rebuilding Comets in what should be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I love watching all these matches. It's so much fun. So I have my team, my lovely team, against Comet. We have to review that. That was a yikes. Currently, Alt F4 is going through a lot of trash. We're going through a lot of things. We're changing up a lot of things. But even though we didn't play to the best of our ability, Comet is just a scary team. Doing some VOD reviews. They had some amazing strategies going into it, and it was fantastic to watch. Honestly, Comet's one to look out for sure.
Yeah, Commit are really up there in that top tier.
Yes,
yeah. Well, we have a Comets and Commit. Yeah. I have to be very clear. DDoS got a 4-0 against Boop, so at least your affiliate tier got a win this week. DDoS finding their new rhythm with the new hero Sigma. And the new shield meta, they were able to create really solid bunkers, solidify their 4-0 against Boop. Great surprises there on map 4. Mix Ready playing the Pharah, the Reaper, the Symmetra. Clutch plays from PDK Kid, making the flank of the century on Horizon Lunar Colony. That was hilarious. DDoS also acquired GTR from Boop from last week. GTR was unable to play against his former team this week, but they are looking forward to having GTR play DPS next week against a top-tier team like Illusion.
I'm so happy for what the DDoS boys are doing. I've been helping them out and doing everything I can for them. I genuinely love everyone on there.
It's working. It shows. It really does.
Oh, they're such amazing people. I love working with every one of them. So going on, we have Meteors versus Eclipse. That was a 4-0 in the favor of Meteors. And just those two teams have such huge community names on it, and I love it. They have people from Mighty Bear to HQC, Arise, Bubbers, and even at Dimtree. So it was a really just amazing game to watch. I did talk to Mighty Bear himself. He did tell me that they're looking forward to the bye, but practice isn't going to change. They're looking really forward to their next game, which will eventually be against us. And he loves to press shift and be in the back line. But we're ready for him. We're ready for him.
Reinhardt mains and their shift keys. It's name a more iconic duo, right?
We had to tell him to unbind it at one point.
Yeah, people tell me that all the time. I think that's going to do it for this week's Sunday Night Halftime Show presented by the Iris Podcast. Tune in right back here to the Tranquility Community Channel tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern for the Iris Podcast. We're going to break down the results of the Tuesday night feature match, as well as tonight's Aimbots versus Tough Luck match, and work on predictions for next week's matches and even more special features. So now back to that second half of the Sunday night feature match.
Thank you, MPC, for having me.
Welcome back, everybody. We're about to see an amazing second half of the Tranquility Community Tournament, week 5, Sunday night feature match against Infius and Sugar Rush. Looks like Infius is up 2-0 right now. I'm looking forward to seeing Sugar Rush come back. I want to see this go to a map 5. I really do.
Oh yes, entirely. This could be a really good map here. We do see a lot of Sigma comms coming out here from Sugar Rush, and I definitely end up seeing a lot of Sigma on attack here and on defense. It seems to be a pretty good map for him. Also a decent map here on first point to start with the Widowmaker, a lot of sight lines, basically on every point here. So that could definitely help out Sugar Rush as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to them. I'm really pushing a comeback here. I feel like this is their map.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Blizzard World is one of those maps, like all hybrid maps, but Blizzard World in particular has a good set of different strategies for all 3 points. You start out with one comp, and even if you have ultimates, when you move into that second streets phase, you have to switch. You have to switch your comp. You have to switch your style, and then when you start to complete the map and it goes indoors, you got to switch again. So yeah. I feel like this is a good opportunity for both teams to really show how much flex they can do. Maps like Horizon Lunar Colony, it's a pretty stagnant meta. You go Symmetra, you TP to point. Okay, you put up a big wall on the second point, and then you go in. It's pretty straightforward. But here on payload maps and especially hybrid maps, we're going to see a lot of different strategies, a lot of different comps. So I feel like one team may be stronger on point A, but once we get to the streets phase, we'll see something a little different come out, and we'll get to see maybe the other team shine here. So.
Yeah, definitely. We saw a lot of dive comps, especially coming out on the first map on the side of Sugar Rush. And dive definitely pretty good here on some points. First point, you need to end up sometimes throwing a couple more shields at people. But it looks like Sugar Rush starting out early with a Orisa and a D.Va again on the side of their tanks. And then the May Reaper with a Lucio and a Moira. So pretty hard team to run into. A pretty good bunker there. Normally you see a Hog with that, but it looks like Sugar Rush really always opted into having a D.Va a lot.
Yeah, D.Va's always good for this. In the old school bunker we saw at the very end of GOATS before Sigma became a thing, we were seeing the D.Va with the bunker because you want D.Va to be able to dive down and contest the point kind of by herself while everybody else kind of hangs up on a high ground. But it looks like Sugar Rush is going to opt to hold low ground here, and they're going to hold right on the point.
Yeah, maybe using the D.Va to try to eat some of the halts. That definitely ends up breaking a lot of the strength of a halt hook combo. Maybe they're expecting that on the other side, but we're not seeing that. We're seeing a Rein Zarya with a Symmetra, Reaper, Baptiste, and a Moira here. One of the, again, Zarya being so strong in this current patch, it's hard sometimes not to run her with this double beam comp.
Yeah, it looks like Infius is going to try this Symmetra strat. They're going to try to teleport over to Duskwood, and they did. And then they're going to go ahead and hold here. Oh, the huge May wall from Sugar Rush.
Yeah, Guac walling off really well there, pushing and really just making them wait even a little bit longer and getting the first pick there in the Soli. Great job from Sugar Rush. That May wall put so much damage into their Reinhardt. They had to put in a lot of resources. Taking out I Will Deliver is going to hurt, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. With that being said, though, take out their second healer, but Infius Gaming is going to have to just fall back here, and having that Lucio being able to speed back the rest for Sugar Rush, they should be able to be okay, but maybe Infius trying to group up and get in really early on here, but no, they're going to make some switches. Looks like they're going over to a Mercy here.
Yeah, it looks like making those switches is actually giving Sugar Rush the time they need to get back. It looks like Sidereal is back, and everybody's ready for the second push here. So Infius still making some changes. They put in a Moira now, so they have a Moira Mercy, double main heals, I think.
Yeah, definitely not. You're seeing a lot more of that now. Moira is definitely pretty good here against a lot of shieldy comps, but I do like the pharmacy pick. Not really too much to deal with it. Even though D.Va does help and Orisa can get some shots up there, it's still hard for one of those two to be able to focus on a pharmacy all by themselves. A Maywall there dropped him right away, but they almost picking off the Doomfist early on. Infius Gaming having to fall back a little bit and try to build up some more of their cooldowns, but right now, looks like they're all just coming in. We do have some ultimates coming out here now from Sugar Rush. We see the Transcendence coming out early, trying to focus down maybe part of the pharmacy. But Soli coming in and taking out Lays right here in the middle of the fight. Lays that ultimate. That could really hurt Sugar Rush here.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Infius needs to capitalize on this. Oh, a huge shatter coming in.
True. And a big shatter taking down Guac. Light Rose falling in the process. The D.Va Bomb does end up catching Demon, but I still think this is going to be Infius' point to take.
Yeah, I would have saved that bomb. I don't think I would have committed these ultimates, but it looks like Sugar Rush is going all in.
Yeah, throwing out the sound barrier, but they still have ultimates here on the side of Infius to counter this. Sugar Rush still doing a good job holding off the point here, but it looks like that's going to be it now. Light Rose throwing in his shield, but look like he's just going to try to retreat here. See if they're going to push him. That Pharmacy can get a lot of splash damage on him pretty early on. Hopefully he can get back with his team, but still a really good hold for them. Getting them down to just about 1:15 before they cap their first point, giving them 340 minutes to go here through streets.
Yeah, Guac has switched over to the Widowmaker to try to deal with that pharmacy. Lays still has his ultimate for Reaper, and I feel like he's going to try to use it and then switch to a double hit scan. I think that's what they're going to need here. Put enough pressure on that Pharah.
Yeah, look over at the ultimate economy here for Infius Gaming, though. They have, almost coming up on their 5th ultimate again, and they also switch over to a Widowmaker here as well, maybe trying to put some more pressure here on Guac, who's not taking free shots here on their pharmacy. But Guac opening up the fight, taking out Soli early on, and they're also going to throw out, it looks like Lay's coming out now with the Reaper ultimate, catching one. Sugar Rush cleaning up here and taking out Infius, stopping that cart really early on here. That's a really good job by them.
Absolutely, yeah. When Guac was able to take out the counter Widowmaker on the other side, take out Soli, it really helped open up space and allowed Sugar Rush to move in and move freely without getting picked off. Then I think Trumu was trying to charge out the Reaper, but it ended up he ended up dying to the Coalescence. So it looks like Sugar Rush used every ultimate, but Infius still has all of theirs.
Yeah, that was very good job by them. Getting picked early in that fight and then saving all their ultimates. It should be a point win here for them. Throwing out the grab early on and the fair ultimate. Yeah, that's going to be enough. 3 coming with the D-Mech, and that's going to be them pushing the payload here now. It's about 2 minutes left here on streets, and they're definitely going to have time for Sugar Rush to contest here. And they're going to have not really any ultimates up yet, maybe a bomb here early, but Guac taking 2 picks early. Really great job for pulling out a really early res in the middle of this fight. They're not going to have it here if they get another early pick in this fight.
Yeah, Guac has taken an extremely long sightline, but now that sightline just got a lot shorter now that the payload is almost there.
Yeah, Sugar Rush waiting for the last second to push in here now, but it looks like Infius Gaming is going to have to just fall backwards here. They do switch over to a Genji now, we see, instead of the Reaper, but it looks like they're just going to fall back here into room and maybe give up a little bit of territory. But so Hydro throwing in the Transcendence a little early on, really pushing the backer even further. Caribou getting really low. She is going to get demeched, and I Will Deliver going down early. But just going to use the bomb to remech here. Pretty good for them because they are down 1 here, and looks like they still do have the Shatter, and that's what they're probably going to look to win with here.
Yeah, it looks like Infius wants to keep them in the arcade. That's definitely a territory they're going to win with the Genji and the Moira, as opposed to Lays is trying to make some work on the Reaper again, but he's coming back with an ultimate.
Guac still getting a big pick here, but look out, we do have 2 tank ults.
Lays is on the high ground, there he comes.
They used the beat, they are able to sustain through a little bit, but the Console Boy going down with the grab. Oh, that's unfortunate. And it looks like Sugar Rush is going to be able to hold here again. And one fight territory now coming in for them. They do have a Graviton, and they are going to have Blade with sights as well to match Guac's sights that's coming up here soon.
Definitely. With 45 seconds left, they need to regroup here and push in. If somebody gets picked off by Guac, they're not going to have a chance to reset. So
No,
it looks
not a
like
full
Light
team
Rose
fight.
has a bongos, whatever the official name for that.
Yeah, I like bongos. That's fair.
Bongos, that's whatever. He has that, so they're going to be able to use that right away here at the beginning of this fight to hopefully win the team.
And coming around the long way here, maybe trying to open up this early Graviton here. They don't really have much to protect against it. So see that coming out early. They do use the sights on both ways, and they do get the grab off. He does die, but the Blade comes through. The Blade doesn't get much. But no,
They forgot about the cart! Oh, the
Oh.
C9, you hate to see it, chat.
No. Oh, they were cleaning up that fight too. That is too bad. Well, Sugar Rush looks like they have a really good chance to get a map win here now. Basically, just have to push to second point here for a win. Definitely very doable for them. They look
Very
very.
doable. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to cast your curse. I'm glad you took that.
I'll take it this time. They looked very strong though, even on that first point, holding for 3 minutes, and then of course holding at the end there. There's so many ults on the side of Infius Gaming. There's only really the Supercharger, the Bongos. Is that about it for Light Rose? And they were still able to win the fight. Was a C9 of course, but still.
Yeah, no, they were still up. I mean, it was 50-50, and they had spawn advantage. So I feel like even if it was 3-on-3 at the end there, the spawn advantage would have worked out in the favor of Sugar Rush. So
Yeah.
Sugar Rush needs to be very proud of themselves. Just coming back and making this a good map, because I know that it's pretty demoralizing when you get held like that on a map.
Yeah, sure. Nerdables whipped him into shape there at halftime. But
I'm sure he did.
We see a bunker coming here now with Symmetra and the Bastion here. They're going to start early here on this high ground, probably TP back to the high ground closer to point here, get a little bit of early poke damage. Always a tough bunker to break with the Bastion, especially here on Blizzard World. That's Symmetra, letting them move around a lot. If they use that properly, they can really take a lot of sight lines here.
Yeah, and the Symmetra can put a teleporter from that high ground in front of Duskwood all the way back to right beside the boat in the high ground behind the point. So that'll probably be their retreat strategy, to go from high ground to high ground.
I think we see the same strat they ran on defense here on offense now on the side of Sugar Rush.
Yeah, Guac is running that May, which is going to allow them to put up a wall and get around, and hopefully they can get behind the bunker.
So they're going to wait for cooldowns here and try to push through. The wall really helps them push the point now. They're going to have to force out the TP, and we actually see them TPing on the other side and just pumping in a lot of damage, but Sugar Rush is able to get 2 ticks out of it.
Absolutely. They're using that cover really smart, bringing the fight to them on the inside. But that lamp on the outside of the cover, that's going to make things really difficult for Sugar Rush.
It is, but Lays takes down the Bastion early here in the fight. He does end up getting traded for it, but that Bastion's so much of the damage there on the side of their team. But they do lose Caribou, gets demeched, and Light Rose goes down. But hey, getting 2 ticks there is definitely not bad. And they solely threw out the Symmetra wall at the end. I guess a little bit of extra protection, maybe a misclick.
Yeah. I don't think he realized that the fight was already won at that point. Maybe it was just a big flex. Sometimes you got to pop your ultimate just to tell the enemy, "Hey, I had this already." By the way.
Yeah. By the way. But, we don't really have too many ultimates here online. We're going to see Consovoy getting a bomb here soon. We do have the window, and then really the Transcendence. Not the Trans. We have
Coalescence?
The Coalescence over on the side of Sugar Rush, and they're just going to go straight to point again. They do TP to the top with the window. That's a lot of damage. Alt is just spraying and praying from the top. Is able to take out most of Sugar Rush here. He's just going to sit on top of the wall and keep spraying at people. Guac does get the pick, but Sugar Rush is going to have to stabilize and come back in here for another fight. Almost getting the 3rd tick there, but not enough to win the point yet.
Yeah, the reses from Necreal are huge here, because the walk from the spawn is just so long compared to the attackers that having that res, it basically brings back, it's a mistake eraser. You could bring back somebody.
And they do have 3 ults here now. They're going to have the Supercharger, they're going to have the tank configuration, and a Valkyrie. Still not too many ults left here on the side of Sugar Rush. Maybe another good time for another dry push, but a very good boop there. Take a true move off the top, and now Infius Game is going to have to fall onto point and give up their high ground. That takes a lot of the strength away from the Symmetra, being able to TP away. But I Will Deliver does go down early on. A bomb thrown over top, and they're not able to get much for him, but they still have 3 more ultimates. That Sim Wall back up again, and Sugar Rush is going to have to just fall out here. They are going to have a lot of ults to match here now. I think we're going to have a pretty crazy next fight come out.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of ultimates come out of Sugar Rush. I think they know what they're doing. I think they're going to go back here, and they're just playing for ult economy at this point. Light Rose has the bongos, and Laze has a Death Blossom. Guac has a Blizzard. I think they can drop them all on top of the enemy at the same time and pull this off.
So, alright, here comes press Q time. Everything's coming out at once. And Lay's getting the first pick there on the Trumo, but Altus using tank configuration does trade with Lay's, but Sugar Rush seems to be on top here so far. With that Mei, that's really taken a lot for them. They throw out the Sound Barrier just to keep that sustain up, and it looks like Sugar Rush should be able to take the point here. Just a few left, and yeah, they're able to take the point, pushing them off here a bit. Now they're just going to finish off these staggers and have about 3 minutes here to basically push the whole way here to get the map win.
Yeah, that was definitely some smart play. Just a bunch of dry pushes to get your ultimates to go in and press Q, and hopefully you can Q better than the enemies.
Yeah, it's always the best strategy against a lot of these big bunker comps. Just throw all the ultimates at them. Can't possibly stop them all, which proved to be strong there. It looks like they're going to go with almost a little bit of a protective president here coming out. They're throwing the Bastion on cart.
Yeah, put the Bastion on the cart. Atlas was a Pharah, but I think they saw that hit scan, and Atlas went back inside and went to Genji to defend against the Bastion, which I think is a good pick.
Yeah, good pick there with the Doomfist as well. They're really going to try to focus down early. And Console Boy switches back over late to that Diva. They're down one right now with this payload pushing right up into them without their Diva yet. This was a couple of switches a little bit too late. It looks like they're pushing it now, but Lay's getting the early pick onto that Genji. That's sure going to help. Caribou's throwing out the ultimate early on, pushing back the team a little bit, and Trumu goes down, but they are able to take out Guac early on. A lot of trades coming each way, but you still gotta like Sugar Rush here. Seems to be on top of most of these trades.
Yeah, it looks like Laze has switched off the Bastion and onto the Tracer just to get back to the cart just a little bit faster. I don't know if it's actually gonna help. We're gonna find out. Ooh, looks like Trumu went onto the Wrecking Ball just to get onto the point, kind of spin it to win it here.
It is, but Sugar Rush is still getting all the kills. Really, the Moira and the ball left here on point. They focused on the Moira first, all the ball left, no healing for him. Throwing down the Supercharger from Light Rose early on to keep getting some more damage onto them. And they're finally able to take out Truma. Now they demech the Diva, Sound Bearing just to keep some sustain up. But hopefully Sugar Rush here being able to just finish out. The Genji's coming back to touch. Just 1 meter left for them to push forward. Getting the final kill in this Moira, and that should be just about it for Sugar Rush.
Wow, there's just so much going on here. We got Doomfists, we got Wrecking Balls, we got Tracers. Everybody's the fastest hero.
Pull out your stall heroes, people.
But Sugar Rush doing an excellent job of just getting kill after kill, and the spawn advantage is the only thing keeping them in. Oh, you hate
Carol,
to see it.
what a kill at the end. And Sugar Rush dominating there on this third map, bringing the score back here 1-2 for them. They did a really great job there focusing down so much of that stall. That spawn was so close to the cart there. Their focus fire was fantastic.
Guac on the Doomfist. I think maybe we need a Doomfist 1v1 between Guac and Johnny Robot. What do you think?
Yeah, I sure would watch it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Oh, that kill on the Blading Genji there. Oh. Great job there for Sugar Rush. You know, I was calling for Torb 1v1s next, but I guess we'll take Doomfist if we can get it.
Yeah, the Doomfist 1v1s will definitely be a lot faster. I think we did a Torb Hammer only 1v1 for a while, and it was entertaining, but you can only watch it once.
Yeah, I don't want to be casting that one.
Sure.
But great job there from Sugar Rush. They definitely came back around. They did a great job on defense, and obviously a great job again on offense. Really turned back around here, and I've got to like their chances here coming into map 4 now.
Definitely. I mean, Dorado is going to be a good map for both of these teams. I mean, I like what Sugar Rush was doing there on the cart, where they had one comp and then they switched over to the Bastion on the cart. That's a very classic season 1 move right there.
Yeah.
But Dorado's kind of a classic map. It's one of the OG maps, and we're going to get to see it. And like I said, with any luck, we're going to see Ilios.
Yeah. We see a lot of really early holds coming out here on Dorado. It's one of those maps where I seem to get full held the most in my comp games when I have one of those Symmetras that isn't switching. But always a tough map. See a lot of comps coming out early on. We're probably going to see a lot of shield comps again. A lot of the defense taking that high ground and really punishing down, maybe seeing some Sigma play. They kind of refrained from Sigma there on map 3, but maybe for map 4 they're going to pull them out.
Yeah, I mean, typically, your defending team is going to be holding that high ground on the backside of the bridge, and I feel like the Sigma is actually going to be pretty good about getting the payload that first around that first corner up under the underpass.
Yeah, this is one of those maps like you were talking about with Blizzard World, where you can't really just run one comp the whole time. You got to switch things up. That second point, that high ground, is really important. You normally switch to some dive heroes, at least a Winston or a Diva, maybe a Wrecking Ball. Always fun maps to watch. Then you're not just watching one comp steamroll through. Then.
Right. Well, I mean, you can never know what you're going to see here. But definitely, I always like the indoor phase, phase 3, because that seems to be the most telling. Here outdoors in the first and second sections of this map, you got a lot of room for a lot of dive, a lot of bunker, just high grounds, low grounds. But once you get indoors on these maps, that's where the terrain really starts to change, and you start seeing some really creative things come about. So.
Yeah, and always you end up having a lot of your ultimates saved up for that last one. It's always a fun to see there, but teams got to make it there first. A lot of times you see a lot of trouble in this first point. It seems this choke right here in the middle is so difficult to push through for teams. Even taking that early damage from high ground, it's still really hard for teams to end up pushing through. And we do see kind of a bunker comp coming out here from the side of Sugar Rush. We do see that Diva and the Orisa again. They seem to really like that comp. We do see Guac then on the McCree, and we see the Pharmacy as well with it. A lot of space for them to fire here early on, and we see a dive comp here coming out against them.
Yeah, but Soli's going over to that Sombra. She's going to get behind him.
Ooh,
and
watch Console Boy here. Console Boy, though, might be coming up behind to knock him off. But looks like he's going to go against it. He sees the McCree and gets worried about being stunned coming up again. But maybe see a dive coming up here pretty early on. And that's sure going to hurt your first little dive. The Mercy going down early. Lay's getting a great pick, but Lay's does end up getting traded. The Pharmacy actually goes down. A great dive coming through. But there's going to be a lot of spawn advantage here, though, for the side of Infius. So
definitely Infius has the spawn advantage. They're going to be able to come back here. I think everybody's rotating. Guac is trying to get back into position. Guac needs to back up around that fountain so that she doesn't get picked off.
Yeah, we see Lays and I Will Deliver switching over off the Pharmacy to a Reaper and a Lucio now. But Constable getting a good pick there onto Guac. They can keep pushing this payload here before these respawns come in. But Lays does come in, as I'm saying that, and take out Trumo pretty early on. So here's this choke again. So hard to push through without a lot of shields, especially here with these dive tanks. So
yeah. When your tank line is Winston and Wrecking Ball, you better watch out for the Reaper.
Yeah, they will. You see them switching over off the Winston to the Diva now. But they are getting really close to their EMP here, and now they have a Valkyrie up as well. If they get a big EMP off early here, it could easily be a first point take for them.
Yeah, I think they're waiting. I think they're going to wait on that EMP until they have something to combo it with.
Aggressive bomb there from
yeah
coming out. They were trying to do. It looked like I Will Deliver was trying to boop them outside of that room to get the kill there. Not ended up working. But we got to see Soli trying to get off a big EMP here. It looks like he's coming around the side here and trying to set up. But we do see a Halt Hook coming out now. Constable and Trumo switching over to the Hog and to the Orisa. But Guac is able to get the kill here. Sugar Rush holding here at this choke really well.
Yeah, I mean, Kara went in and threw in her bomb there. That was very aggressive, and it was risky, and it usually doesn't pay off. That's why you got to wait for that second ult. I think that the EMP, it's coming very soon.
Yeah,
but they're waiting for that second ultimate. Maybe even the Nano Blade. Here it comes.
EMP Blade probably, maybe a Nano Blade with it, but we should be expecting that Sombra ult to come out any time now. And
there
as I said, touching 4, the Lucio and the Reaper are getting away from it, but Aldous is going to cut through all of their team here, and just the Reaper and the Lucio left. And yeah, that's going to be, looks like a first point take here. I don't know if Sugar Rush should be able to get back right away from that.
Yeah, I Will Deliver is going to get staggered, hacked in the back, not going to be able to survive long. Yeah.
Well, he was able to die on cart there, and maybe give his team a little bit of advantage for them to push up again and contest, but we'll see if they're able to. They do have ultimates on the side of Sugar Rush if they do try to contest this year, which looks like they're coming in for it. Light Rose pushing right up. Watch Lace here on the high ground here. He might be coming down now with the ultimate. But, oh! What a dash! Taking him out! Probably you would think right before his ultimate. But there's still trades coming either way here. They do kill Light Rose early on. That's sure going to hurt Sugar Rush here. And they're about to get another Hog out here from the side of Console Boy. But I Will Deliver is taking out the Ana. This is this is a gritty fight coming through.
Laze is trying to come in with that Death Blossom, but I don't think he's going to need it. It'd be a mistake to use it here. Looks like they are going to hold just on the other side of Fountain. This is actually a great place for
Great
Sugar
place
Rush
for them
to hold.
with 4 ultimates. Caribou's ult at 75 and Light Rose maybe getting an ult there afterwards. We do have ultimates on the other side as well, but we see a lot more Qs available early on here. So Sugar Rush definitely look like they could get a first point hold here.
Yeah, we're gonna see the supercharger whole hog here in just a minute. Soli has switched over to Mei, but I don't think he's gonna have enough time to get the ultimate.
No, it doesn't look like they used the res on Soli there because Guac getting the kill with the Deadeye early on, and now here comes the ultimates coming out from each way.
That was an amazing ice wall from Soli to block off the Moira Coalescence. But the bomb from Kara.
Oh, great job.
The nail in the coffin. It looks like we're going to map 5. I don't want to curse it just yet, but
yeah, Sugar Rush though, great job holding this first point here. I have seen teams get held closer than that, but you definitely gotta like their chances early on. That was a great job by them.
Yeah, definitely Sugar Rush holding a second point on Blizzard World, and now a first point hold. They're definitely coming back. Big props to Nerdables or whatever was going on in that halftime, because they've definitely got their A game right now.
Yes, they do. They're doing a really great job of staggering their ultimates out. We're seeing some really great just synergies across their DPS, their tanks, their supports are peeling really well. I really gotta like Sugar Rush to win this map here. Not too far of a push, basically almost pushing all the way to first point, but one good team fight win, maybe 2 good team fight wins, and that should be an easy push for them.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see Necrio come back on that Mercy, because you can't afford to not have the res when you got to hold that close. So I think we're definitely going to be seeing that. Maybe not. Looks like Necrio's going to Lucio.
Yeah,
they probably need that defensive ult.
Yeah, going with basically a standard 2-2, you'd see... Oh, nope, switching over from Doomfist now instead of the Genji, I think it was. A good pick there on that. Maybe we're going to see a divey start on the side of Sugar Rush. Maybe Light Rose still sticking on that Orisa. Seems like he's been an Orisa bot today. A little bit of Sigma early on, but Orisa, of course, being so good right now, it's hard not to run a lot of comps with her.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Light Rose. I feel you, man. Orisa jail is not a fun place to be, and I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you, my man. So.
It just seems I feel so bad for main tank players. It seems like you guys are always in a jail for something. Like as an off tank, I get to play a couple of things every now and then, but you guys are just stuck on one thing.
Yeah. Well, when I was stuck on Reinhardt, I was really loving it, but now not so much.
So starting off, we see a pharmacy here with the Widow on the side of Sugar Rush, running that
a huge halt.
and the Diva. Yeah, very good halt starting up early on, and that pharmacy pressuring that shield, making him fall back around this corner. That Rhine shield was getting shredded and pushing it already basically through this at the bottom of this first choke. This first choke, they got to rotate early on here, and this pharmacy is going to keep raining tons of terror here in their backline. And Sugar Rush going to keep trying to push through, maybe try to get a pick early on here with the pharmacy.
Yeah, Soli is trying to put pressure on that pharmacy, but it's just not working out. We got Guac on the Widowmaker putting pressure on him, so he's not able to look up without getting his head blown off.
No, Sugar Rush doing a really good job of splitting their DPS around here. You have to be able to protect multiple sight lines. But it's just a big ball of just fighting happening here underneath the choke. Sugar Rush just waiting for that pick before they push in. But yeah, they're okay here. They have time.
Looks like the pharmacy's flanking around. We're about to see something happen pretty soon.
Yeah, maybe we're going to see something here with the Moira ult coming up here soon. Well, Guac actually switching over to the McCree now. Maybe they're thinking a bit more pressure here up front. Maybe help the Doomfist a little bit.
Yeah, trying to get that Doomfist. Here comes the Coalescence
coming.
And the sound barrier?
Yeah, the sound barrier coming out early, though. That's going to help with a little bit of sustain. They do have a nano boost if they need to throw it out. They probably want to save that there for the sights. Lays, though, getting a really good pick early on. They're maybe going to have to use that nano visor here pretty early on. Light Rose, though, throwing a supercharger early.
Oh, Lays with the double damage boost. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they do have a nano visor out, but that's not going to be enough. Sugar Rush taking... this game
with the supercharger and the mercy damage boost. Oh my gosh, Lace, they have families, Lace.
I don't care how good you are on Diva, you're not going to be able to eat all of that damage.
Oh man, with Atlas getting play of the game here.
Yeah, really good. I think it was that Genji blade we saw, that nano blade with the EMP.
Definitely EMP Nano Blade. It's a shame they couldn't push the card a little bit faster to actually capitalize on this, but that was an excellent play.
Yes, well, with that being said, to map 5 we go. We get to go to Ilios. Always love
Yes.
watching some Ilios.
I like
Poor Light Rose, look like he's going to be stuck there on that Orisa still yet again, with Orisa, of course, being really good on that map. But wow, Sugar Rush looking fantastic after that halftime.
Yeah, Orisa's actually, I mean, pretty useful. I was playing some Orisa earlier today, and you know, when you're playing on the well map and you can get those halts into the well, it makes it worthwhile. But other than that, there's not a whole lot you can do there.
No, of course. Maybe you see some Sigma with that as well. They seem to do like a Orisa Hog on both sides, so I'm sure we're going to see a little bit of that. But who do you have coming out here on map 5?
Oh, this is going to be tough. I'm actually thinking Infius right now. Just how dominant they were on the first control map. Oasis is a little bit different than the other control maps, so it still has yet to be seen. But Sugar Rush, they traditionally struggle on control maps. But we're gonna see what happens. I think they're making a couple of switches. Yes, Atlas is out, and we have Sorcery back in. So Sugar Rush running exactly 6 people today.
Even though they might be a little weaker on some of these control maps, I think they have the momentum here, doing incredibly well in these last 2 maps. Having that full hold in the back of your mind from the previous map really does help you out, and I think they can pull through here and end up getting this map 5 win with the reverse sweep.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. They've got the momentum they need. You know, and also, I mean, playing with exactly only 6. I mean, Atlas was pretty good that game, and you know, having to swap out and swap your players, it changes your play style. But if you're playing with the same 6 game after game after game, you really start to kind of build that rhythm and build that synergy, and that may be what we're seeing coming out of Sugar Rush right now.
Yeah, it's really showing here. They did such a great job there. We do see, what you're saying, Sorcerer back in again. Sorcery back in again, and he was doing fantastic for them here in the first half. See if he can maybe help carry his team here again here onto map 5 on Ilios.
Yeah, and I kind of want to see this is the Ruins map, so this is the one with the kind of the square indent in the center. So I don't know what we're gonna see here. It looks like both teams are going with Reapers and Moiras.
Yeah,
but,
sounds about right.
Yeah, but it does look like Infius is gonna go dive. They're gonna go ball Winston.
Makes me
with
so
a Genji.
happy to see. As a ball main at heart, this is one of my favorite maps to play him on, so really excited to see that. We do see Guac on the Widow, and we do see a Genji on the other side here, but really, that Widow's sightlines are so big, even if you have the Genji, it's going to be hard to take that much advantage of it. So,
Yeah, this is definitely the Widow map of the 3 for Ilios.
yes, it is. The ball pushing right up into the Widow early on. And a little bit of fight breaking out here on point. We do see an early bubble coming out from Trumo, helping his team trying to sustain here as they push in with this Widow. And Constable able to take out Guac early on. That's a really great job by him. Now he can come in and help support his team back onto the point. And they're going to keep pushing in here and taking out Lays early on. That's all the damage really out there on the side of Sugar Rush.
Yeah, Guac making that swap over to McCree to kind of deal with their dive. I don't know if this fight's going to be winnable, but I think Sugar Rush needs to back out here and just kind of let them have it.
Light Rise does end up getting the kill there, and they do end up taking Trumo, so no main tanks here on either side, and Guac getting a big pick, but a very early blade coming out, getting 1, but going down to the Coalescent. Sugar Rush, wow. An early blade coming out, but they were able to counter that there pretty well, with now a couple of ults coming out on their own.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I said that they should back out, and then they didn't, and they ended up capping the point. So, Caster Curse in reverse?
Lifted, I guess?
Yeah, some sort of reverse Caster Curse.
Yeah. So, now we see May Reaper.
Yeah, it looks like May Reaper and Diva Ball, which is... the Diva is going to be good for eating some of that damage, and definitely the bomb is going to be important.
So we do see we see sound barriers coming out both ways, and we do see a mine coming out on point, really spacing out here, maybe trying to push a little bit off. And they are able to isolate Light Rose and get Lays as well there. And really great job from them there, able just to use 2 ultimates and then win that team fight. And now they're gonna, this Diva's gonna get staggered.
The
Run into the mines.
Oh yeah,
Kara, run into the mines. Oh no.
Oh, Kara.
Oh no, this is ugly. Just go off the side, please.
Oh, Kara. Oh, please, no.
Yeah, you can give enough for that one. That's unfortunate. Well, a big stagger there, giving them a lot of percentage, but Sugar Rush does have ultimates now. They are going to have a bomb, they're going to have a supercharger, and they're going to have the Reaper ultimate. No ultimates up right now on the side of Infius, but maybe going to be able to get a Blizzard and their Reaper ultimate up here pretty soon. That Death Blossom is definitely powerful here, but Sugar Rush coming right into the point already. We do see Lays taking a bit of a high ground, maybe looking for an early Death Blossom. A really good pull there from Light Rose, pulling them all back in, and Lays is able to capitalize and get 2 right off the back. 3 there with the D-Mech. And yeah, very great job there. A massive pull from Light Rose to let Lays finish off the side.
Yeah, absolutely. Putting in that supercharger and the pull to bring them all back onto point. They were just able to rain in massive damage, and now Guac has been on that Pharah for a while now. Is at 62% to ult, and Sidereal is almost back to another Coalescence on Moira. So I think we're going to see something happen here. Sorcerer's almost got his Death Blossom, and Soli just now got a Blizzard. So we're going to come in and hopefully we're going to see Caribou make a play. Oh, the Roadhog hook.
Oh, what a great job.
That was a huge play.
That was massive. Holy cow. That was a great bomb there from Noisy. But not enough. Console Boy, a great job. So we see Coalescence coming out both ways. Guac getting really close there to that barrage. But a great Blizzard catching a lot of the team there. But, they're able to get away. Sorcerer throwing out the ult, and they're able just to kind of zone him off point there. They kill the Mercy, but Sugar Rush is able to get 2 back here. Might be able to flip here early. Ultimates flying everywhere, so it seems. But Sugar Rush should be able to get here. Looks like just the Moira left on point now. They were able to get an early cap, but weren't really able to get the fight here. And Sugar Rush going to be pushing this up into the 90% now. Really, maybe one more fight left.
Yep, looks like Soli has switched over to the Widowmaker to try to deal with the Pharmacy. That Console Boy, that hook on that Diva Bomb, that was huge. Every time I've hooked a Diva Bomb, I've actually killed my entire team. So.
Exactly. I don't even try it anymore.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, a couple of ults left here on each side. We see one of them thrown right away, but the Sound Barrier doing a great job countering that Death Blossom. And Constable able to get a pick there on the Light Rose. Ooh, they might be able to flip the point here early on, that's what they needed with not many ults up. Lay's getting 1, but not enough. Guac coming up to point now, just trying to maybe stall out a little bit longer. And a great job for them. They now able to get up their Hog ult off of that, and really just a supercharger left here on the side of Sugar Rush as well. So maybe another tough push here. There's not too much time left really for 2 fights.
Yeah, it looks like I will deliver a switch back over to the Lucio. Guac is back on the Widowmaker to counter Soli's Widowmaker. It's just been a rock, paper, scissors game here between Widowmakers and Pharahs and Reapers and McCrees, dive tanks, main tanks. We've seen it all here. But Light Rose has a supercharger and Sidereal has a Coalescence, which is all they really needed last time. So we're going to see what happens.
So taking out Kara really early on. Now it can open right up there for the Roadhog ultimate. Able to finish Kara, but they do end up losing 2 in the meantime. This is going to be a from left on the back of point. The Roadhog pushing right up here into Light Rose. There's 2 left here on point. If they can just isolate them down, that might be enough. But they're able to take out Sorcerer, but they still have the numbers advantage. They do have Guac coming back in, though. Maybe trying to get a pick over here onto one of the healers. But the Lucio's over on Widow duty, coming right in on. And it looks like the stall hero's coming out each way, and there's just trades happening on both sides here. This could really looking up to any fight. If Sorcerer, though, can use his Death Blossom onto point, that'd be massive here. But Lay's also getting close to his Death Blossom.
Yeah, we've seen these points go back and forth several times. Oh, here comes the bomb.
Oh, Sorcerer gets 2, but he does die to the bomb. And there's really only Truma left here on the Wrecking Ball. And he's going to try to contest here really as long as he can, but there's not too much he can do, and there's a Reaper and a Soldier hitting them on point. But the stall heroes coming in. Sugar Rush seems to have a good advantage here. Their focus is great here, as we saw them have on Blizzard World.
Yeah, the stall is very strong from Infius right now, but I think Lay's on that Reaper is able to take care of pretty much every dive hero and dive tank they've got. So going 100 to 99 on the first map, this is deja vu, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That again, one pick earlier in a fight could have meant a different game there at the end. That was as close as they come there for that first match, and really has me excited now as we go to the second point here onto Well.
Yeah. So the Well map, we're definitely going to see some Orisa Roadhog. If we don't, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, I think we're gonna at least see it. It looks like we're seeing that so far on, at least on one side. But you see Kara still on the Diva, which they seem to really like. But we got one here for you at least. Console Boy's gonna stick on that Roadhog.
Diva's actually a pretty good pick for preventing going into the Well. I mean, you can get hooked and booped and pushed in there, but you're going to be able to fly right back out as long as you manage your cooldowns properly. So
yeah,
I can understand that pick. That makes a little bit of sense to me. Looks like both teams approaching here, putting up their shields and doing their poke damage. I Will Deliver going on a long flank, going for that boop. Not going to find anybody, going to retreat.
Yeah, we do see Kara getting hooked, trying to fly away, but ends up getting DMAC'd early on. You gotta like the shield break here on the side of Infius. They have so much more damage, it seems, coming up forward with that Hanzo and an Ashe. That is a lot of damage for that one Orisa shield to eat.
Oh, and an almost boop by I Will Deliver. Not quite yet.
They end up getting Light Rose off there with the Halt Hook. He almost pulls one with him, but just missing there on the edge. The Lucio from I Will Deliver coming in, trying to get it. Now Sugar Rush is just trying to get a little bit of ult charge here before they give the point over.
Yeah, I think Sugar Rush went a little too aggressive looking for those environmental kills. I feel like, I Will Deliver was always in the backline trying to boop somebody, and Light Rose was trying to, halt him into the Well, and Caribou was trying to push him in, with her boosters. It's not going to work. It didn't work, and they need to focus on, killing targets the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, that Halt Hook is so deadly here because of that. They don't need to worry about getting a really good pull to get someone in the Well. They can just rely on it with their hook. We do see a High Noon coming out early from Guac. She's able to kill Console Boy there, but we do see 2 kills, though, taking out both the damage there for Sugar Rush. Looks like they're going to throw out the Lucio beat just to maybe sustain a little bit longer, but going to hold here again, pushing up close to 40% now here on the point. And
yeah, definitely a questionable sound barrier.
Yeah, a little early.
Luckily, Kara was able to jump off the map.
Yeah, that is good. No, not a long stagger again this time. We do see Lays going over to the Junkrat, maybe helping the shield break now. That's sure going to affect Infius here a lot more now. They don't have a Diva to eat damage, but we're going to see a lot of shield break wars now coming out. Not too many ults coming either way. Might maybe see a couple of tank ults coming out and maybe a Bob being thrown out here early on. And I Will Deliver getting picked early again. Oh, that's
going for that boop. That's never a good strategy unless you're already up in the fight. But here, when you're the ones coming in, you need to focus on healing your team. That's a Lucio Season 2 mistake right there.
Yeah, exactly. We did Lays getting his ult charge.
Oh, Light Rose.
See both of them falling, it looks like. I Will Deliver again getting picked, and it looks like Sugar Rush is going to fall out once more, but they're going to have to contest. They're not going to be able to take this as a full 6-person fight, pushing up here to 90%.
Yeah, Lays has a tire. It's going to come from almost spawn. Hopefully get a couple before they can push in.
Coming over top, and it's able to get one. That's a really big kill there, with them getting really close to the the dragons. And they do pull off the Ana as well. Light Rose with a great pull, pulling down the supercharger as well. Lots of damage coming through, but Kara does get DMAC'd early here. But Lays also finishing off here, and it looks like just the Orisa's kind of stuck here in this room with an Ashe on point, and it looks like Sugar Rush able to get it, but takes Lays with him. His final revenge at the end before finally going off the side. But Sugar Rush, great job.
Yeah, excellent comeback here. Hopefully they can hold it the rest of the time. Guac has switched over to the Doomfist, maybe to get back a little faster, maybe because that's the pick they need, but I don't think it's actually going to counter their comp.
Yeah, that's a lot of anti-dive there with the Roadhog and with the Hanzo. Those Storm Arrows sure hurt a Doomfist a lot. And we have a lot of ultimates up here for Infius. So
I definitely expect the dragons right down the middle.
And there's the dragon, as you call it, pushing the team off on the side. They do take down Lays with that. Guac is able to get a kill. Looks like Kara is just going to have to remech here on the side. And
Guac was put to sleep in the Well. Oh, you hate to see it.
Oh, that's one of the Anna's best feelings there. We do see a Bob coming to point, though. But with that being said, ends up losing the life there on the side of Soli. And kind of a a fight here. It looks like Infius should be winning. They're getting a lot of the picks early on. I Will Deliver up on the top, trying to get away. But while that said, Lays is able to take out. And they do get the sound barrier off for a lot of extra here. And a big boop onto the Ana. Sugar Rush able to hold here and able to stabilize. Wow.
Yeah, I was pretty concerned. I Will Deliver dropped the sound barrier pretty much just for himself, but it was able to. They were able to actually capitalize on that and be a distraction. Deliver is still way out of position, going for those environmental kills. I don't think that's going to pay off, but we're about to find out because I don't know.
Yeah, looks like last fight's coming up here. Not too many ultimates up. We're going to have a Coalescence on the side of Sugar Rush, and really just a sound barrier. The Nano Boost will be up here pretty soon on the other side. And we do see the Tracer switch coming over here from Sorcerer. That seems to be building up ult charge very quickly already. But opening up with the Coalescence here. See what we can come through. They're going to pull out the bead early as well. And Light Rose getting an early pick. That was great job there on the Sorcerer. Now, Sugar Rush really going to try to push this 5v6 fight here.
Yeah, I Will Deliver coming around the back. Still not able to find any environmental kills. And he really needs to get back and heal his team. But with that supercharger...
Yeah,
it looks like the teams have actually swapped because Console Boy is now on the Diva and Kara is now on the Roadhog.
Yeah. And
and
coming up over top. Oh, taking out both of the tanks there. Lays following up with the kill.
This is exactly all they needed. They could just get that one last kill onto that Reaper.
Looks like it's Sugar Rush. They're able to finish there, 199 again, and complete the reverse sweep, ending here 3-2. Wow.
Wow. Sugar Rush coming back, going to map 5. Hashtag NPC was right.
Amazing job though on the reverse sweep. They really, whatever that halftime was for them, that was perfect. I bet I'd love to be in their team chat right now. I'm sure they're really excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sugar Rush coming out. I mean, Infius is definitely not a sleeper team. I think maybe they went in there thinking they could sleep on Infius, and it just didn't happen. But wow, that was actually really big.
Yes, it was. Wow, a really great job there. I'm happy with Sugar Rush there. They had that momentum there after that 3rd and 4th map, and even that was as close as they come though on those last 2 maps. 99, 100 both ways. That's the way you want to see your map 5s go down.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted to see. the 3rd stage to that map, but
yeah, I kind of did too, to be honest. But either way, that was still a map 5 worth watching there at the end. That really showed how competitive both these teams were.
Yeah, definitely good games as always here in Tranquility. So with that, I think we're going to wrap up here tomorrow night at 8:30 right here on the Tranquility Twitch channel. We're going to have the Iris podcast. We're going to break down this game. We're going to break down Tuesday night's game. We're going to break down the Tough Luck versus Aimbots game, which is in progress right now.
Actually, I think that game just ended.
Did it just end? What is the score for that?
It looks like Tough Luck was 4-0'd Aimbots.
Wow. All right.
Definitely going to be talking about that tomorrow night on the podcast.
We're definitely going to be talking about that tomorrow night on the podcast. So anyway, everybody tune in here. I'm NPC. With me is John Wilkes Booth and our producer, Cavalier, producer extraordinaire. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Experience tranquility.